All right, we're back. Brandon Rhymes here in studio with Alex BlackBelt Lima. We're going to talk self-defense. We're going to talk about Lou Dobbs' thoughts on the 2020 election, as well as what internationals are looking for in the Florida market. Where are they buying in the Sunshine State? What's the volume that they're spending? And what areas are they spending the money in? We're going to talk about that. Really cool report coming out of the Florida Realtor Organization. We're going to dive deep into that as well. And before we do, a couple of hot listings here. We always like to feature real estate properties. 530 Heaton Forest Road. We've got a co-listing here with Bill DeVore's team up in North Carolina. This is Keller Williams Professionals listing, KW Luxury as well. We're part of the luxury division, sports and entertainment division as well with Bill DeVore's group. 530 Heaton Forest Road, Cashiers, North Carolina. 11 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, 10,000 square feet, 20 plus acres of land in High Hampton on the luxury. We got a luxurious oasis in High Hampton on the golf course here. Beautiful property, golf course where you'll find Michael Jordan and the likes of Tiger Woods and others there, Phil Mickelson. 530 Heaton Forest Road, $10 million listing that we have, co-listing with Bill DeVore's team up in the Carolinas. Also, another listing on the beach, 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. This is a beautiful property here as well. $1 million listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. My wife Lindsay is the lead agent on this property. Sleek quartz countertops, gorgeous stainless steel appliances. You have a luxurious walk-in closet, jetted tub, charming pergola, 900 square feet, and your 200 steps from the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters. Beautiful Clearwater Beach. You can see all of our listings online at platinumcoastalelite.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right. Alex Lima back in the studio. Welcome back, buddy.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Rocking and rolling, man. Blessed and highly favored, and right. Just kind of, talking with Sam McCown, getting into these different tips, that he has, but also the economy, man. I think a lot of people are hurting right now with the economy. It's a pivotal election coming up next year too, man. A lot of stuff happening out there, and the need for self-defense is highest that it's ever been, right?
I mean, I would think so. I would think at least the awareness, because no matter what your outlet is for information, right? Your source, whether it be social media, you're still watching conventional television, scrolling through whatever, listening to anything. At least once during an episode of whatever, some sort of violent or criminal act or something is going to pop up. So at what point you maybe it's to the point to where people are like kind of like the violent video games, you're desensitized. So people, it's just there's so much violence, there's nothing we can do about it. That's just it. Just carry on. Yeah. Violence and criminal activity should always be shocking to you. Like it should always be like, this is disgusting. It should always get a rise out of a good individual. Yeah. So you need to build awareness and do. I'm not saying become a vigilante. Yeah. But you need to really reflect and be like, man, if I really had to defend myself or get the heck out of here with my daughter or my wife, am I capable of doing that? Yeah. There's a great, I guess I'll give him like a semi shout out. I think his name is Mr. Jiu-Jitsu or something like that on Instagram. He makes the best post where he is just like, I'm surprised he hasn't been banned yet, because he'll always be like, he'll show a picture of, he'll show a video of an incident. I don't know if you've seen that. There was one not too long ago where like some lady got out of the car and she was very overweight. And she was in the back seat getting the baby, putting it in the stroller, and I guess a gust of wind picked up, and the stroller started going towards the street. Oh my god! And she's so overweight and out of shape, she turned around, she tripped and fell, and she couldn't get up as the stroller's going to the street. Thank God a stranger was running by, came and grabbed the stroller before it went in. But you are so in such bad shape and form. Yeah. That you can't even stop a stroller. I mean, listen, in my opinion and his opinion as well, maybe I'll get shut down for this, but you're not fit to have a child. No, yeah. You're not fit to have a child. You can't even protect it.
That's a big point, man. People take health, not as serious as they should. They take self-defense not as serious as they should. There's a lot of confusion also around this not open carry. Almost
the constitutional
carry. Constitutional. There's a lot of talk around that, but growing up in a small town, I think sometimes also you're desensitized. Like I grew up in a small town in South Florida, and you just kind of had this mentality of like, hey, everybody's your friend. I remember, you drive by and you wave at people.
Different town,
different mentality. But yeah, that's the key, man. Is just understanding that this is not the America that we grew up in. things have changed, and not only that, you've got, especially in big cities. That's what I'm even nervous to travel to big cities sometimes, just because if you do get into an altercation, remember the Marine.
Yeah.
That choked the guy out, was defending.
He's still on trial and stuff right now.
Still on trial. Yeah, they will hit you with a lawsuit. They call it lawfare now.
Especially those states.
Yeah, certain blue states, man. You can't even hardly defend yourself in those states. That's why I don't ever want to travel to them. I don't even want to be there and be in that position, because if I did have to defend myself, defend my family, I'm not going to hold back, and
sure.
Then all of a sudden now you're on trial.
Yeah, you're the criminal because you were trying to protect your divine right to protect yourself and your family.
Yeah.
You're the scumbag because you should have walked away and showed restraint.
Yeah.
Screw that stuff, man. But I'm not telling anybody what to
within
do.
reason.
But who's to say what's within reason? Because there's been many instances where someone does show restraint. I'm going to tell the story in a second, but there's many instances where someone shows restraint, and then it comes back to bite them.
Yeah.
There was a world jiu-jitsu champion not too long ago that he got in a nightclub. A guy came up to him, started getting all like, and everybody's like, "Bro, you don't know who you're messing with." You know? He showed restraint on the guy, took him down, controlled him, and he could have beat that guy into oblivion, killed him if he wanted to.
Right.
He let him go.
Yeah.
The guy left the club because his ego was hurt and embarrassed. He went and got a car, came back in and shot him.
Right.
Killed him.
Yeah, exactly.
So now because he showed restraint.
Well, that's the other thing that can happen these days. Somebody pulls a knife, somebody pulls a gun.
Which they're most likely to do because most people can't fight. So the first thing they're going to do is go for some kind of weapon or something.
And the ego's bigger than ever.
Yeah, it's not going to be clean combat like people think. Like, I'll beat that guy's whatever, blah, 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 blah. Don't think you're going to get into a clean fight in the street.
Exactly. Yeah. They're going to do anything they can to protect their ego and their, the friends watching. They got their friends watching or whoever. We're talking with Alex, BlackBelt Lima, right here in Tampa Bay. BlackBelt Fitness and Martial Arts. He can help you with, any type of self-defense training. He's got an awesome studio, jiu-jitsu, fitness spot. And I go through there. I love getting trained. And, some of these different situations that you're in, you got to have training for this. So it comes in to be a second nature. It's got to be a second nature. I wanted to get to a couple of these stories too, Alex. So this one's pretty cool. Top 5 places where foreign buyers are buying in the United States and how much volume. So Florida Realtors released a report talking about the state's foreign buyer and seller transactions. And it's very interesting to see, where people are buying, how much is spent. So just a couple of highlights here. The total dollars spent in the Sunshine State, $15.3 billion on residential purchases. That's between August 21, July 22. And that rose 5% compared to the prior 12-month period. And then the number of existing home purchased, 23,700. And where did they buy? You care to guess at all? Do you want to play the guessing game, or what do you think? We got the top 5 countries by sales. Where are they buying? Who's the top
countries?
5?
Top 5 countries.
Top 5 countries. Okay. And one of them is our neighbor to the north. So the top one is Canada.
Okay.
Number 2, and Canada is by far the largest, 21%. Number 2, Colombia.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
That's surprising.
Number 3, Argentina. Number 4, Brazil. And then number 5, rounding out the top 5, Peru. Wow. All right, so you got Canada.
I would have failed that test, by the way.
Well, you got a socialist country, is my point. Colombia, another.
They're all like on that like bandwagon.
Argentina,
even Canada right now. Some parts of Canada, like the laws and stuff they're trying to pass in Canada for guns and stuff. It's like this. It's not.
Our friend
good,
with the
guys.
Ice Wars was telling us about some of the stuff. Okay, top 5 foreign buyers by volume. Okay, so this changes a little bit. Okay. Canada's still number 1 in both volume and sales. Brazil number 1 in this category. Number 2, and then number 4 for the other. Colombia, Argentina, UK jumps in the top 5 there as far as volume, dollar volume. Wow. So United Kingdom. Wow. And then where are they buying? Top 5 destinations. Actually, we got top 6 destinations. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm. That's 53% of foreign buyers are buying on the East Coast. Wow, that's a little bit astounding there. They're I guess they want to go for that higher density area. It's more you find it more on TV too. Fast and Furious, all these different movies.
Sure, it's got the pizzazz to it.
Yeah, Miami Vice from the '80s.
For sure. Yeah.
Who was it? Tubbs and Crockett.
Ricardo, Ricardo Tubbs, Sonny Crockett.
So it does have that kind of allure to it, that novelty. Orlando, Kissimmee, of course, you got Mickey Mouse and the Disney and all that good stuff over there. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, number 3. Not bad, only 8% though. But if you put Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Bradenton, Sarasota together, that's number 4. So then you have Northport, Sarasota, number 4. Number 5, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, my old hometown, LaBelle, just east of there. Okay. And then number 6, Naples, Immokalee, Marco Island. So that's only 3% though. So yeah, kind of interesting there. Foreign media. So the median price $360,000. Foreign buyers who paid all cash, 44% paid all cash. Wow. So they got some money to throw around. And that currency exchange is probably helping them out, right? Because we got a weak dollar. So I'm thinking with a weak dollar, their dollars are going to be stacking up pretty good against our dollars, right? Yeah. And I know they're not dollars. I know each one has a different
right. The currency, yeah.
Different
well, that's what you always do. Buy low, sell high. They're coming in while they can, while the price is right for them to be able to do that, because they wouldn't have done that last presidency. They couldn't have come in and just swooped in and bought all that property.
Yeah, the dollar was much stronger. America's much stronger.
Correct.
Yeah, so cool. So there's our kind of a real estate update there. So we've talking with Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And coming up, I've got something light for you. I got a clip I'm going to play with Lou Dobbs on the 2020 election. We're going to lighten that up. That's going to be the next segment here. But tell us a little bit about how people can connect with you too, though. Like if they want to come in and get some training, what kind of options do you have?
Yeah, so you can always call me, 813-426-1588. You can always check me out on the socials, obviously on Instagram at blackbelt_fitness. So the majority of my clientele is private lessons, and I now I'm getting more into, since I'm healed up, traveling around doing small group stuff. I'm working with American Top Team Tampa and World Class Martial Arts now. I'm actually one of the instructors now started doing a kids program again. So, working on the anti-bullying and getting these kids ready to compete, help to build up the next generation. But, you can reach out to me and we can either do some one-on-one stuff, or I can point you in the direction. And it's surprising, because I know a lot of other, good coaches and strong fighters in the area. And I send them referrals all the time. Like if you don't live close to me or you don't fit, within my schedule or what I can do, I have no problem helping you to achieve your goal and putting you with somebody else that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the best way to do it. Get a referral, get a referral from somebody. We do a lot of that in the real estate business, whether it's, hey, I want to buy in Georgia or I want to buy in Texas. That's the beauty of having a great network. And
there's plenty to go around. People act like, I'm going to take every deal. There's plenty to go around, man. And it's better for everybody to be good to each other.
Abundance mentality, that's right, versus that scarcity mentality. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming back, more with Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts, coming up here. And we're going to also talk about, right now you got Mike Lindell is hosting an election integrity summit out in Missouri. And I got a key takeaway I'm going to play here from Lou Dobbs. Lou Dobbs was a keynote speaker. If you don't know Lou Dobbs, he was on the CNN for many, many years, and Fox and a lot of different networks. Now he has his own podcast. But Lou Dobbs on the 2020 election coming up here as well. Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
All right, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you win in your real estate deals as well. Buying, selling, or investing. And if you're looking at commercial, residential, or vacant land real estate, we can help you with all of those different categories. We can help you in all 50 states worldwide through our wide network through Keller Williams Realty, the #1 real estate company on the planet. We're also part of the luxury division with Keller Williams, so $1 million listings and up. Our highest price listing right now is $13 million. We've got $12 million and right on down the line. Beautiful properties here in Tampa Bay. So we'd love to help you if you're buying, selling, or investing. And you can see all of our real estate properties online at platinumcoastalelite.com. Somewhere sunny and 75. All right, so we got Alex Lima in the house, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts. I'm going to play a clip because Mike Lindell's got this, what a fire-breathing patriot Mike Lindell is, all the different things he's doing behind the scenes and with a lot of these summits. He gets all the media there, and he's coming up with a game plan. He's trying to pull patriots together. And so check out Mike Lindell and some of his summits and what he's doing. But what a great patriot there. But, yeah, I thought we'd keep it kind of light here, Alex, and talk about the 2020 election. This is a really unique, a great clip from Lou Dobbs on the Bannon's War Room.
Is there any doubt in your mind that the 2020 election was stolen?
None whatsoever. And I don't understand why there's a doubt in anyone's mind. The empirical evidence is there. When you look at 51 former Intel analysts and officials and veterans who put out a letter to give Joe Biden a shield against the laptop from hell's revelations, and put it in the second and last debate of the 2020 election, and Joe Biden lies, and then Bill Barr, the head of the Attorney General, head of the FBI and DOJ, is sending out agents to big tech and to social media, shutting down the voices of conservatives and blocking out Donald Trump. Are you kidding me?
There's no doubt in your mind.
There is no doubt in my mind. Bill Barr says that it was a perfect election a month later when the Department of Justice, the FBI, hadn't investigated anything.
Yeah, so it's unbelievable to see, if you look at 2,000 Mules, Dinesh D'Souza, put out by our awesome Stacey. I'm so proud to be on Salem Media, put out by Salem Media, 2,000 Mules. Look at the proof. Mike Lindell, the work he's done, look at the proof. There's so many different videos. If you look online and you look on Twitter and you look on these different places, you see the proof. I mean, it's there. But then, they'll say, the leftist, Marxist, globalists will say, well, yeah, but why didn't they win in their lawsuits then? Because the deep state is that strong, man. The uniparty has been controlling this country for decades. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, their pockets and power run really, really deep.
There you go.
They're very, very deep. It's I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm the conspiracy guy then, but there truly is some sort of like secret society. There's like this like weird cult thing in the back that all these boys and girls are a part of.
Yep.
And they make this like sacred vow to get each other's back, no matter how evil and dark and twisted it's going to get.
That's right.
Because I mean, just alone, I think what finally this stuff has been going on for like forever, but it's kind of been behind the curtain.
Right. In the 80s, you didn't have an internet. You didn't have these outlets, right?
Wasn't like this where it's like, wait, did I just see what I think I saw? And they're like, no. First couple times you write it off, but now it's like, whoa, this is my. But I mean,
leaked audio, leaked video.
Dude, from the moment that I don't want to get too deep into that, but like the whole like the Epstein and the island thing and everything. I mean, that just blew the lid off everything.
Exactly.
Release the list of everybody that's connected to that. Yeah. Okay, and
Where's
then
the list?
Don't do any business with them. These people are evil. They're bad.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I mean, it's bad.
It goes on and on, and you look at which side of the aisle says, hey, this is a mandate. You've got to take this, or you lose your job, Mr. Airline Pilot. You've got to lock down. Why are you coming out of your house? Why are you not wearing your mask? Oh my, what? Why? Censorship. And then as Dobbs said in his clip, the officials that signed off on that letter that knew it was a lie. If you heard the background stories on a lot of those, they said a lot of times they would just forward an email like, hey, would you mind if we put your name on this? It's just basically this whole laptop thing, BS. Yeah, sure, go ahead and do it. Like I've listened to different podcasts where they say that. But where's the repercussions for those 51 former generals, and these liars?
Well, Brandon, what do you do when the enemy is within?
Exactly.
It's different when we know it was that guy and they're on the opposite team. We're coming for him. We can all agree on that.
Right.
But when the enemy is within, and it's not just within, it's not like that guy at the office. Like this is at the very top. Yeah. The enemy is there.
And even in your own party, so look at your Chris Christie's and your Mike Pence's and this Bill Barr fella. They're backstabbing Trump, and they're like this. They're buddy with him during his presidential. Oh, he just got elected. Let me buddy up with him. Romney, these guys.
And for what in the end?
Yeah.
For what?
To backstab him.
But for what though? For more money? More power, so you can have nicer TVs, bigger boats. What is the point?
Well, they don't want to be the outcast. They don't want to be the outcast. They don't want to be frowned upon. They got to be in the cloud. They got to be at the cocktail parties in Washington D.C. and New York, and these higher, these so-called high class.
It's all about status.
These elite, status. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man.
Well, you can keep your status then, because I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't either. And by the way, Maui's getting screwed. The good folks in Maui. Check out this clip.
First, there was justifiable anger over the lack of warning as the fire spread. And in the days since, that sentiment has only grown as residents in Lahaina say the government has failed to provide necessary aid to those who lost their homes. While the White House issued an emergency declaration and FEMA was deployed on the ground, resources have been very slow to reach those in need. Many residents say government officials have been nowhere to be found, and that the only food and water they've been given has come from private citizens who formed pop-up relief centers around the island. Here's one angry Maui local in a video posted online.
The United States government are criminals for the way they're handling the Maui fire situation right now and for their neglect of the Hawaiian people, their U.S. citizens. There is next to zero federal response. It's the Hawaiian people that are having to step up and create shelters and give people housing and get supplies, purchasing supplies and bringing it out on boats.
And much of that frustration has also been aimed at President Biden, who was on vacation during the fire and went viral after saying, quote, no comment when asked by reporters about the disaster. On Monday, he announced $700 payments to each household displaced by the fire, which residents said was little consolation. Yeah. That announcement also came the same day that Biden signed off on another $200 million aid package for Ukraine. Critics say that money ought to go towards American citizens suffering in Hawaii instead.
You know, I'm so pissed off at this over and over, Alex. You know, it's so disheartening and frustrating. You know, the guy, he says no comment, and then he's sending millions and millions over to Ukraine again. What's $700 going to do for people that their house burnt down?
And in Hawaii, you know the cost of living in Hawaii?
I've been there.
Like, it's not cheap, bro.
I went through there beautiful when I went to Fiji, and yeah, it was a great island, beautiful. You know, property,
people,
great time.
But
you know what's going on behind the scenes. And I saw a video on Twitter today. It said something to the effect that the elites are trying to make this their next Martha's Vineyard of that island. You know, it's an area. So what they're doing is a lot of people are saying it's an intentional fire. I don't know. Again, let's wait 6 months and see who the conspiracy theorist is. Right?
Did you see Oprah was buying up a bunch of the property already? Already just snatching it up.
Possible.
Like, yep. What a vulture. You know what I'm saying? You see these people already hurting. I'm gonna go snatch up and buy their property. They need the money. What are you gonna do?
Well, I saw a video where the sheriff showed up on the loudspeaker and says, "Hey, folks, I'm sorry. I've been told to shut this down. The powers that be above me." And it was just one of the pop-up shelters, one of the pop-up relief places.
That's disgusting.
Like, how would they do that? Why would they do that? It's just
disgusting.
Unbelievable. Yeah, hey, another good show. We always keep it light, though. We keep we do the light topics around here, But now we're keeping it real with you on Consumer Quarterback Show. Alex, BlackBelt Fitness. Find him on Insta as well.
BlackBelt_Fitness. You can hit me up anytime. Either I'll talk to you, work with you. I love talking to the fans that reach out to me from the show, and I'll point you in the right direction if I can't help you.
That's right. At CQB Show on Instagram. At BrandonRhymes1 on Instagram. Follow the YouTube channel and download the podcast as well. Hey, please go out there, consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Run.